Good luck to you. Now, Boy George, what an impact, a global impact he made with songs like these.
Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Come, chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. I would give everything I own just to have you. Hanging over you. Hanging over me. Yeah, just clouds. It's all that I can be.
Well, that final song was Boy George's new one. It's called Isolation. And yeah, that's where you joined me from, isn't it? Isolation. You are Mystic Meg. You did that song before any of this happened. You did Isolation. How bizarre.
Yeah, I think I think as a writer, you sometimes do pick up on things unconsciously, you know, and it was just weird because it wasn't about what we're going through, but actually, you know, we are all in isolation, and so I guess it's our theme tune.
It kind of is. It kind of is. You've got some great people in there, and I love the fact that you shot that video on iPhones. Just shows you what you can do now. But you've got Sinead O'Connor's in there. You've been working with some really good people.
Yeah, well, about 3 years ago, I made this record, the album This Is What I Done Volume 1, and I just kind of started calling up people, and Sinead O'Connor is one of my favourite singers. I mean, I think she's amazing, and I don't know how I talked her into coming in, but she did it.
And listen, how are you doing in isolation, Boy George? Who are you with? Have you got anybody there with you?
No, I'm with just me and my hats. You know, I go, obviously I'm trying to stay positive. I'm keeping in touch with family and friends, you know, I'm doing stuff online, making silly videos, keeping myself entertained, you know, trying to exercise, even if it means walking around the room, setting my clock for 15 minutes and walking up and down. It's amazing actually, you know, how much you can do in a confined space, and you have to do it, you know, you've got no choice.
No, it's true. You have to have some sort of routine, don't you? And it's actually really good for your mental health apart from anything else. You've just got to keep active. That's where, though, don't you think there's going to be a real sort of blossoming of people who are artists, and creativity is going to happen? This could be good for that.
I think it's a challenging time to stay motivated. That's the thing, because you know, it's the sort of unknowingness of the moment. So I tend to be kind of doing one thing 1 minute and do another. But maybe that's what I'm like anyway. It's just like I'm given an opportunity to kind of really see myself. So I think maybe it's business as usual in terms of being distracted. But I feel very lucky to you know, have somewhere safe to stay. And, you know, I feel privileged because, you know, I'm in the centre of London right now. And there are a lot of people on the streets. There are a lot of people who don't have that luxury. So, you know, it's important to keep things in perspective. You have down moments, and, you know, then you have to kind of force yourself to not be, you know, pessimistic.
I agree with you. I think we all have little wobbly times, and then you've just got to try and be positive. It's hard sometimes, and I mean, you've gone through a tough time with your wee mum. I mean, because your mum was really ill, and I know that you,
Yeah.
you know, like all of us, we so appreciate the NHS in these times. But you even more so. But is she all right now, your mum? How's she doing?
My mum's good. She's back home now. She was in hospital for 2 days, and luckily it was not corona related, so that was good. And it wasn't what we initially thought. So that, you know, everything about it was just getting her home from the hospital, because obviously, with everything that's going on, my mum's 82. You know, it's not the best place for her to be. But, you know, having said that, you know, the people at Greenwich Hospital was so great to my mum, and, you know, I managed to speak to her on the phone, which was really funny. But there was this really beautiful moment when the nurse was singing to my mum, and my mum said to the nurse, "Oh, I can't hear you, take your mum's call." And the nurse was like, "I can't do that, this is okay."
Oh, God love him. It's hard though, isn't it? Because, I mean, I know how close you two are. And of course, you can see her, you can phone her, and you can hear her voice. But it's that thing of just not being able to give her a cuddle. And I've spoken about this before, George, how hard it is right now that we can't hug each other, really.
It is, and it's a funny one, because obviously when I go out, I don't go out very much, but when I go out shopping, obviously people clock me. People aren't asking for selfies. People are, you know, they're a little bit careful, but there's a lot of smiling going on. You know, people people are smiling, and for the most part, you know, there's a lot of courtesy going on, and you know, I've been talking to, you know, friends that I talk to a lot, I've talked to more, and then people that I haven't spoken to for years, I seem to be, you know, having more of those conversations with people. So it's about what you do with this time, you know, that's important.
Oh no, you're absolutely right. I'm exactly the same. We've been doing those sort of Zoom things and house parties and all of that. And just when I was talking to earlier on, I was talking to Reverend Alan from Britain's Got Talent, and he was really emphasising the sense of community. And it's weird, isn't it? Because although we're distancing each other, we're distancing from one another, in some ways we feel even closer, and I hope we can hold on to that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think for young people, this is going to be a really profound experience because, you know, I'm older, I've been through lots of interesting things. Nothing like this. This is unprecedented. But I think for young people, this is really going to sort of reshape their futures. And, you know, it's going to be interesting how people deal with it afterwards, you know.
Yeah, that's true. No, I agree with you. That's going to be fascinating and quite scary in some ways. Now look, we have had a TV movie about you. We've had the stage show Taboo, of course. We've seen Bohemian Rhapsody. We've seen, you know, the Elton John biopic. There has to be a Boy George one. Is it going to happen, and who is going to play you?
I don't know who's going to play me, but I did have the luxury, I don't know if it was actually 2 days ago, the director-writer, Sasha Gervasi, who's putting it all together, he read me the script 2 days ago, so I sat and was quiet for a couple of hours. I listened to my story being narrated by someone, and it was actually amazingly fun. It was awkward in moments, and it was fun. You know, I got emotional. I kind of cared, and I think that's really all I hope is that, you know, the movie makes people feel something and makes them understand some of the things that I've been through, and you know, also the music. You know, because the music is huge, you know, and it's you know, it's so important. You know, I just recently re-recorded Karma Chameleon because people kept asking me to sing it, and I found this beautiful jazzy version of it. And actually now I'm like, I might put this out again.
Yeah.
You know, if you'd have said to me, if you'd have said name one song from your back catalogue that you want to reimagine, it wouldn't have been that song. But that's the thing about this moment, it's kind of forcing us to kind of look at everything and revalue things. And actually,
Yes. No, that makes sense. The thing is about your life and the kind of person you are, you will want everything in there, good and bad. And I think that for you, it will be honest, it will be authentic.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, obviously when you're in the public eye, you know yourself, people think they know more about you sometimes than they do. And, you know, sometimes it's nice to say, actually, this is who I am, and this is my sense of humour. You know, this is what motivates me. And, you know, we've been talking about, you know, bringing joy into people's lives. One of the great things about doing what we do is that you get to make people smile and feel things and cry and dance. And, you know, that's a very important thing to do. And I'm proud that I get to do that. Even in isolation, I get to kind of have fun, and I've got people watching the videos I make, and I'm entertaining them, and it's encouraging me.
No, it does. It really does, and especially now because you do get that. That's one of the. I mean, everybody's on about the negatives of social media, but one of the positives too is that you get that feedback, and people will say to you, "You've got me through a tough time." And your music. I mean, music now, I don't think has ever been more important than it is right now at this moment.
Exactly, and I think making people laugh and distracting them from having the same conversations over and over again, I think is really important. I mean, it's good to know what's going on, but to sort of focus on that only can drive you, it can bring on depression, I think.
Yeah, I think sometimes you've just got to maybe step away from it a little bit, put some music on, maybe make yourself some food if you're lucky enough and you've got a garden, or just go like you're doing, just go for a walk. Just go for a little walk.
I have a balcony, it's amazing.
You can sit there, you can just sit out there. Do you know what? It's
listen, when I sat on the balcony, it was like, oh, there's a balcony.
George, it's a joy. It's always a joy to talk to you. Thank you so much for everything you do. Cannot wait for this film. Thank you, my angel. Great to see you. And Boy George's new album, This Is What I Dubbed, that is out now. That's it for today. Ricky Gervais is up next with Phil and Holly. Good Morning Britain back from 6. I'll be